Right, it's been a few days since I made a video, which is pretty poor form, so I'm just going to go and do a few more of these things. So, which is not what I was planning to do. I was planning, to do a few other videos first. But what the heck, let's just get these out of the way. So, here's another one. What is in this one? And today I've also got a pre-folded out one of these, so I can keep the rest of them in little bundles like that forever and ever and ever. So this one is not too bulky, so I'm not, oh no, this is reasonably bulky. There's something in there that's got some bulk. So it's the Flamingo Woman, which is quite, I was quite happy to get this one. This is actually quite hard to feel in the packets for. But I did find one, and I didn't actually know if this was a thing that was like an. That's probably why I was caught up, because I kept thinking that was like a single Harry Potter wand piece that went in there, and then you put something on the bottom. But it's actually all one thing, so you can't take it apart, which is good because that's not how I like my flamingos. Not living in a place where there are flamingos. And she's got really cool hair. I don't think I've ever had this hairpiece before. She's only got one face. She's only got one face. She's just happy in Florida. But I'm assuming she's from Florida. Isn't that like the whole thing? I've never been to Florida. It's one of those things I'm going to do one day. I did go on a cycling trip once to through Australia. Parts of Australia, and I went to the Gold Coast and stopped very briefly, and there were a whole bunch of tourists from Florida, from Miami, and they thought the Gold Coast was something out there a bit weird. I thought, well, that's saying something about the Gold Coast in Australia, from my interpretation of what it is to be someone who comes from Florida. But there you go. So that's my Florida. That's the closest you're ever going to get to a Florida story. But that's actually really cool. She's got green gloves on, so she must be out doing the gardening in her interesting choice of clothing, which I guess is part of the whole. She's got like the Peggy Bundy kind of leggings, I assume. That's probably not going to, like, if this is meant to be a kids channel, no one's going to get that comment. It's not like inappropriate. It's just that referencing stuff from many years ago. It's very cool here. It's probably kind of like, I don't know, not really. It's a quite fluffed up here. That will come in handy. Like that looks cool. That's a nice. I'm glad I got that one. Like I think I would have been bitterly disappointed if I hadn't gotten her at some point. So what's the next one? So I've got three. If you're wondering how many things this video is going to go through, and it's going to be a short video because it's late. So I've been building a thing. I might show you the thing. Or I might not show you the thing because it's not actually for this channel, but it will be cool. So I just cheated and had a look, and it is so not one of the ones that I said I was perhaps going to get straight away, but it's the I should have looked up what his name was, because they've had several series I think with characters that look a little bit like that. There was that one with the Yeti in it, and there was another there was a whole bunch of little monster things. Which I do have, but I've already done those, so I don't know if I'll ever bring them out. I think he was in that one, and then there was another. I'm seeing that one that the original dinosaur series. There was a guy who looked a bit like this, and a quirky professor person, which I think was in everything. I think I'm getting caught up by that professor character that comes up in these things. So they've got the neat. I've got this hat somewhere. Actually, I know where. I'm pretty sure this is. I wonder if it is the same as those Forest Police city sets, which I have a big Forest Police city set that I haven't done. Well, I have done, but I have another one that's in its box. Surprise, surprise. Which I was going to do at some point because it was quite fun. And the magnifying glass does work. Have they always worked? Like, I don't actually remember if they've always worked. I don't know if it's going to come across, but he is actually being magnified. My imagine just take it out of his hand, and then you can like, oh look, I'm trying to get it on the camera. It's not really working. I mean, the major thing I wanted this one for was for the little lizard thing. I've forgotten what they're called. Not a salamander. What are they called again? Oh my goodness, I've forgotten what they're called with the funny eyes. Well, anyway, I wanted one, and I've got one. They're not chameleons. Well, they've got, you know, they're anyway. I saw a lizard in my garden a few days ago, which has actually made me quite happy because when I first moved here, there were quite a few lizards, and then the cats came, and there were birds and things, and I haven't really seen many, but then I haven't really been doing a lot of sifting through the garden, which I have been doing recently, and so now I have seen some, and that has made me happy because I like to see lizards. Oh, what was that sound? That was the popping. And they've got this little flower thing, which seems slightly different. Not a flower, it's a plant thing, which seems different to previous plant things. It's a bit nicer. It's a very sturdy. He didn't have this. She had that. Well, anyway, whoever had this, I feel like he should have had this. Like I feel like he should be looking for medicinal plants hidden in the jungle. So I'm glad I've got two, but they are actually, they seem like a sturdier, nicer quality version of the previous ones. So I hope to see more of those pieces actually. But the little sorry, pardon, excuse me, not dinosaur. It's a tuatara. That's what it is. Is quite neat. I like it. It's got like this little markings and everything. It's very oddly on the bottom. Like it doesn't feel like a Lego piece. In some angles. Not gonna say one more time. I am gonna say It's one of those things. And I just coughed because I am tired. So that's good. Actually, I did a video recently where it was late, and I was like, why am I not yawning? That's weird. It's good that I am yawning. I feel like I ought to be yawning. It's actually later than usual. I've shifted my sleeping pattern slightly so that I go to bed later and get up a bit later. Without using an alarm clock, as I think I've mentioned. Alright, let's open up the very last one. And I know what this one is. And it's actually made me think, oh, I think I got the wrong one. Or did I get the right one? I can't remember if I've got the one that I really want. Because this isn't all of the ones that I've got, is it? Well, anyway, let's open up this one. No, I haven't got the dog person here, and I haven't got the other one. So this will make me a bit... maybe I didn't want this one. Okay, well anyway, I'll talk about that in a second. Anyway, I can't remember. So it is the bear person with the colourful bear, the not quite Care Bears bear, the not quite I'm on a 2:30 or children's TV show. I don't know if they're on at 2:30 anymore. When I was a kid, there was like Rainbow and Play School or something, which I don't think will translate to many places in the world, but except for Rainbow. It just seems like this is the kind of weird thing. This is like Zippy. I can't do my Zippy impersonation anymore. But that's because I can't remember how they talk. But I'm pretty sure one of those characters I could do a very good impersonation of. But I can't do it right now because I can't remember how they speak. But anyway, this character is quite nifty. It's got those nice colours again. It's just like her. She's got the same. So they really went out with this. I think it's the same colour. Like it's hard to tell with the light. But it feels like that's slightly darker. Hold on. I'm just going to change. I'm going to look away for a second. I think they are the same light. I feel like I need to have a spare cool white to light just for this occasion, and I don't have one on the desk. It's all warm white around, and it's making this colour, these things look hard to tell apart. But anyway, this yellow here, what's this? What's up with this one? It's that strange yellow. It's a Lego Chima yellow, and that's what I regard. I do actually have, so there's that big lion's castle thing. I bought two of those because they were on special, and I was actually one of the most rewarding large sets I've ever done. Actually, probably is the largest set I've ever done, and currently have, and I've got two of them, and it was quite fun. But there's a lot of that yellow in it, so that's why I'm going to call it Lego Chima Yellow. But they're neat. But I think the really cool thing is the little pieces that come with it. So you've got this little rainbow. Which is nice. It's just so happy. Though it's an odd rainbow, isn't it? It only uses specific colours, and I wonder if that is just to avoid it looking too LGBT rainbow, so they don't want to be too political, so they've kind of made it. Is it just a light? Yeah, it doesn't quite look like it could be that rainbow, but it's good enough. Like if you wanted to use it for that purpose, it would work. But hold on to it. You can't really hold on to it. They are holding on to it in the picture, so they haven't quite got to that phase where, you know, they've got all these little holding on bits now for other things, especially that one there, but not for that kind of piece. You just have to deal with the odd way of holding it on. And I kind of thought when I looked and I saw these, that these were rainbows as well, but this is actually, they're not rainbows, and this is kind of better. Though the only problem with these, I mean, these are going to come in handy for lots of, like, if you're making your own little creation, these little heart things, you know, these are great. I hope they do appear. They're probably going to appear in some Heart Lake City sets if they have not already. But they're actually kind of like, if they're the same kind of pinky colour, I don't know what you call this colour. It reminds me of sort of pastel crayons, so maybe it's a pastel pink. That it's kind of more like perhaps what you might imagine your heart looks like. It isn't like red. Like, I mean, I'm sure your heart does look red as well, but it just seems more like this is a more realistic. This is heart coloured, like actual. Maybe, I don't know. I guess, I don't know. You can't really tell. It just seems like an odd colour. It doesn't seem like red, and then it makes you think of perhaps that's what your internal organs look like, which is not at all romantic, and it's not at all Care Bears or this. But that's cool. That one's gonna be one of my favourite pieces. These are all actually really good. Like, I really like this series. I can't complain. But actually, is this one? Did I get? I haven't got the fox yet, have I? Have I got the fox? Did I get the fox? I did get the fox. Then why is the fox not on my desk? I feel like I can't remember if I got the fox or not. This is. I have to go back and look over the video. The handy thing is I have to look over the video. This desk is full of things. And, oh no, I do have the fox. She's over here. Fox lady, and she's got her hen, so I still got those. So that's good, because otherwise I would have gone and got another one, which I wouldn't have complained about. Oh my goodness, everything's falling off the desk. So what have we got left to get? Well, we've got the boring ones mostly. So that one and the rugby. I suppose I have to get the rugby person in that one, and she seems pretty easy to find. So I'm not excited about that one, but it's kind of interesting. I used to love fire people sets when I was younger. Firefighters. Well, I don't know why she's got the green on. What is that supposed to be? Is that like? I mean, I guess it's the high-vis vest. I'm just not used to firefighters wearing police officers. Firefighters wearing high-vis vests, but I guess it makes sense, right? I don't really know what they wear. They don't wear black hair in New Zealand, I'm pretty sure. So that's probably like a mixture of old school Lego firefighters in their black and what firefighters actually look like. So yeah, I haven't got that one. So this one I was trying to get, and I think I might have found them, but I didn't. I can't really remember. And so that's all I've got left. So all I've got left is quite not many at all. I've got that one, so I have to get that one, and those two, and those two, and those two. So 5 left. So that's pretty good. So to be honest, unless they're on special, like I might get that one, and I might get her, and I might get that one, and that one. I feel like I have to get them all. I suppose they're all reasonably exciting. That's okay. It's not terrible. It's fine. And the rugby thing, it's fine. I don't really like rugby. I know it's the Rugby World Cup and everyone's still crazy about it, but and they do have a cool face with a funny tooth. But I don't know if that's a really good. I don't know if that's a really good advert for you know. They obviously have a low opinion of what happens to a rugby player in their day-to-day life. But yeah, okay, that's enough for tonight. I've finished. So we're going well. I don't think I have them all here. I'm missing a couple. They're not on the table. But we're getting there. And we've got a nice little collection of these, which will come in handy in the apocalypse, I guess. And yes, thanks. Oh, here's a bike, and here's that thing. Space game. All right, bye.